Hello, welcome back to our channel, where we talk about fitness and health. This is episode 3 of How to Be Consistent at Gym.
All right, let's talk about it. You know the cycle, right? You get that burst of motivation, you sign up for the gym. Week 1, you feel incredible, like you could do this forever. Week 2, you can barely walk down the stairs. By week 3, you skip a day, and then another. And before you know it, you're back to telling yourself you'll start again next Monday. Well, that whole frustrating loop, it ends today.
Here is the absolute, unspoken truth of getting fit. Your first month at the gym is not about getting a six-pack. It's not about losing 10 pounds. It is 100% about survival. It's about making it through that brutal initial phase where your motivation completely disappears, and just becoming the kind of person who doesn't quit when things get hard.
So, if you're gonna survive, you need a map. And this is it. We can break down the first 30 days into 4 critical phases. Each week brings a totally different battle, both for your body and your mind. If you know what's coming, you'll know exactly how to fight back.
All right, let's start with the first 2 weeks, which are frankly all about the physical shock. It kicks off with this deceptive, exciting high, and then you crash hard into a wall of pain. Now, right out of the gate, here's the first huge mistake almost everyone makes. Week 1, you're feeling amazing. Your motivation is through the roof, and the trap is to go completely all out. But the real strategy, the secret to actually sticking with it, it's to do less. Seriously, train just 3 or 4 days. Go home feeling good, not absolutely wrecked. You're trying to build a habit for life, not burn out in a week. Trust me, you're gonna need that extra energy. And here's why. Welcome to week 2, and welcome to DOMS. This is that deep, intense muscle soreness where just getting out of a chair feels like a mission. The most important thing to understand is that this is not an injury. It is a completely normal, predictable sign that your body is changing and getting stronger. It feels awful, but it's temporary. Do not let this pain be the thing that makes you stop. And then, right on schedule, usually around day 14, poof, the motivation is just gone. The shiny newness is worn off, it's not exciting anymore, now it's just plain hard work. You're sore, you're tired from your day, and your brain starts whispering, just go tomorrow. This moment right here, this is the first real test you're going to face.
So, how do you win when every part of you wants to stay on the couch? You use your lifeline, the 10-minute rule. It is beautifully simple. You make a deal with yourself. You don't have to do a full workout. You just have to put on your gym clothes, get yourself to the gym, and move for 10 minutes. That's it. 9 times out of 10, once you're there, you'll end up doing more. But even if you don't, you still won. You kept the promise to yourself. You showed up.
Okay, moving on to week 3. You've made it through the physical pain, but now comes the mental game. This week is all about the most dangerous moment in your entire journey, the first time you inevitably skip a workout.
This is, without a doubt, the most important idea you need to burn into your brain. Missing a workout does 0 damage to your progress. What destroys your progress is the story you tell yourself afterwards. It's that little voice that says, "See, I knew you couldn't do it. You always quit." The problem is never the missed workout, it's the guilt spiral that follows.
So to stop that spiral before it even starts, you need an emergency plan. The second you realize you've skipped a day, this is what you do. 1, just acknowledge it. No big deal, life happens. 2, and this is the crucial one, get your butt back in that gym within 24 hours. Not next week, tomorrow. 3, do something small, even a 15-minute workout. And 4, forgive yourself and immediately get back on track. It wasn't a failure, it was a tiny course correction.
And all of that leads us to the single most powerful rule for building any habit. Never, ever miss 2 days in a row. Look, missing 1 day is an accident. Missing 2 days? That's the beginning of a brand new habit of not going. Make this your unbreakable law, and it will save you every single time. So you've survived the soreness, you've survived the guilt of skipping. Now you face the final challenge of your first month. And this one is the most subtle. It's about shifting your entire identity. You see, around week 4, you're gonna look in the mirror and probably think, is this even working? Because what's actually changing isn't something you can easily see. Your biggest win is behavioral. It's the stack of workouts you've completed. Your strength is going up, for sure. But the visible, aesthetic changes, they come much, much later. You have to learn to measure the right thing. And for this first month, the only thing that matters is consistency. And that brings you to a fork in the road on day 30. There's the project mindset, which sees this as a finish line. You think, great, I did it. Now I deserve a break. And that break turns into forever. But then there's the identity mindset. This is the one that wins. It sees day 30 as just another day.
The goal was never to finish a 30-day challenge. The goal was to become a person who trains.
All right, we've gone through a lot, so let's boil it all down into your ultimate survival kit. A simple, clear summary of the rules you need to win your first 30 days.
This is it, your entire game plan in one place. Week 1, the challenge is burnout, and your tool is to do less than you can. Week 2, when the soreness hits and motivation vanishes, you use the 10-minute rule. Week 3, when you inevitably skip a day, you deploy the 24-hour rule. And in week 4, when you start doubting if it's working, your tool is to measure the right thing, your consistency.
So in the end, the question really isn't about whether you can get through 30 workouts. It's about who you become in that process. Think about it. Every single person you see at the gym who is fit and consistent, they survived these exact same 30 days. They felt the same soreness, they had the same doubts. The only difference between them and the people who quit is that they just didn't stop. They fought through it to become someone new. So, who are you fighting to become?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel, which give us motivation to make better content for you. See you in the next episode.